I hope your day is full of peaches and strawberries and melons and mangoes and kiwis and blueberries and boysenberries and raspberries and coconuts. What's up, guys? It's a fruity intro. It is I, Shank, reporting live from Mastermind for another episode of Shank for you guys. But before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Gabby Lamb, there's just a few things I want to tell you about. First, we have merch. Buy merch. There's a link to it in the description of this episode, and it's also in my link tree, which is in the bio of my Instagram. Buy a sweatshirt. Tag me in them. I love to see you guys supporting the podcast. But we also have a new sponsor, FLINTTS Mints. That's right. If you're someone who is sick of cotton mouth, if you're someone who likes to smoke as much weed as I like to smoke, then you know that having a dry mouth is one of the most annoying parts of being a stoner. If you're someone who likes to talk, who needs to talk publicly, you know that sometimes you need a little more saliva in that little mouth of yours. And that's when FLINTTS Mints come in handy. They make your mouth water. They make your mouth sparkle. They make your mouth tingle. That's right. If you're someone who needs more spit in their mouth, then you need FLINTTS Mints. If you're someone who likes to give head and your mouth is dry, get some FLINTTS Mints. Guys, we have a 10% off discount for Shanksters for you guys. You can shop the link. It's in the description of this episode. We'll pull it up right here. They have amazing flavors. They're all vegan. They come in these really cute tins. They have so many good flavors. My favorite is luxury grape. They also have a cherry. They have a strawberry magic, and they all have different degrees to which they'll make your mouth sparkle and tingle. So if you want your mouth to tingle a lot, then you'll get one like the Strawberry Magic. I believe that one has like strength 225, which will make your mouth sparkle and tingle more than one with a lower rating. Okay, support FLINTTS, support the people who support the show. And before we get into this week's episode of Shank with Gabby Lamb, I'm going to ask you to look down at your feet right now. Look down at your feet. Are you wearing socks? If you're not wearing socks, ask yourself why, you little dirty dog. You need to protect your most valuable assets, your toesies. Shop Oh Yeah Socks. That's 3 O's HYEAH.com. Discount code Sara, SARA 10 for 10% off unique sock designs. And if you're in the Los Angeles area, I am going to be at Westside Comedy Theater this Thursday. That's Thursday the 27th at 8:30 p.m. Westside Theater in Santa Monica. I'm also coming to Austin, Texas on August 16th, 2023, and I'm going to be at Skankfest. More show dates and more info at Princess Shank. And let's get into this week's episode of Shank with the one, the only Gabby Lamb. Everyone, here it is. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Shank. I'm Sara Weinshenk, and today's guest is one of my favorite people, reoccurring guest.
A reoccurring role.
A reoccurring star.
Yeah.
Comedian, Gabby Lamb.
Hey guys, back again.
You're back again for more. You can't get enough.
Can't get enough.
What's going on? You froze your ex.
No, I didn't freeze them.
Oh,
I
sorry.
donated them.
You donated
Apologies in advance to all of your watchers. I am not in the best headspace these days. It's been a rough month. I won't get into it, but things are not good. Things are not good.
Wait, she's still showing up.
She's showing up.
We love a queen who shows up regardless.
Dragging my body from one place to the next. Because if I'm home alone, I will kill myself. So I need to be out.
No.
I did. I donated my eggs. It was a grueling fucking process.
It's the same process as freezing, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
I watched you. I said, yeah, I think I'm good on that.
Yeah,
I said.
It was pretty bad. It was, you go into these things being like intellectually aware that it's going to be a difficult situation. I was like, I'm going to be on hormones, so I'm going to be like probably not myself. It's going to be a little difficult, but like I'll get through it. But like, dude, when you're in it, even like with the knowledge of like what's going on, your hormones, I didn't realize like how much your hormones like dictate everything about your life. Like your brain, the way that you like, it fucked me up.
In what way?
So I was injecting. So the full you inject for like 9 days, I think.
I saw that. Okay, first of all, when you're shooting yourself up with
Horrible needles,
that is gonna already be a no for me, dog.
Yeah. So why I did this was, well, I started this process right before the pandemic, and then everything shut down. And a couple of months ago, I got an email from the company that I had signed up to donate with, and they were like, "Hey, we found a family. Like, are you ready to start the donation process?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, whatever." And so they found a family, married couple, and they wanted my fucking eggs. So I was like, "Great, we'll give them." And so then I don't really know much about
The family?
the family. I know that they live in Canada, and the woman, the intended mother, like, she wrote me this really sweet note that was just like, I'm like a 44-year-old woman. I've never been pregnant, and this is like my first chance at being a mom, and like I can't, thank you enough for like what you're doing for me.
That's so nice.
It was really so beautiful. And then they gave me these little bracelets.
That's so nice.
It was really sweet, and it's a really cool process in like regards to that, like, but the process itself was like very grueling. The hormones are really intense. They make you gain a lot. I gained a lot of weight. Like, they make you really bloated. Everything hurts. Your brain feels fucking crazy. Anything you're insecure about is like heightened to the 10th degree. I was crying for no reason. Like,
really?
it fucks you up. And I was like, if this is what it feels like to have like a serious hormonal imbalance, like, now I understand why women like go crazy. Like, it was real. I was like, this is like what it feels like to be like very mentally ill.
Really?
And you can't control it. You just,
Do you think that's what it feels like to be pregnant?
I've heard that the hormones are worse than what it feels like to be pregnant.
That's what I've heard too.
Yeah. So it's a lot. It's really intense. Your body doesn't feel like yours. Everything kind of, I'm sure that's what it feels like to be pregnant, but like, it was not a cute experience, and just everything was making me emotional.
Really?
The fucking wind would blow. I'd start crying.
No.
It was a very difficult process. And then the day of the egg retrieval, they put you under anesthesia. It's like 20 minutes. And afterwards, it's pretty uncomfortable.
It is.
For like 2 weeks preceding the procedure, like, you're in pain. You're in a lot of physical pain. Just like cramping and
But
like.
when do you get the money for the eggs?
I got the money like 3 days after.
Hell yeah, though.
It was nice. Like, that. It's funny though, like, for the amount of money you get, like a lot of it, like half of the money went to paying off, like bills that I needed to get out of debt. Mm-hmm. So, it was like an emotional process too, because I got the money, which is like the most money I've ever had, which isn't even that much money, but like for me it was. Mm-hmm. And it still didn't make me feel better. And I don't know if that's just because like what I've been going through, like in my personal life, but like even the amount of money, I was just like, this doesn't mean anything. Like, I don't feel happier. I don't feel more satisfied. I don't feel like any more comfortable. I was just like, okay.
Right.
It was a weird experience. Like, that was a weird experience too, because I thought for sure, I was like, when I have money, I'm going to feel better. And then I got it and I was like, okay.
But isn't that kind of life? You always think that you're going to feel better when the next thing happens.
Yeah.
And when the next thing happens and you're like, I'm still kind of the same asshole, but
yeah,
now I just have this.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And you're like, wait, what?
Right. No. And then it was like, it's kind of been painful to like even spend that money, because I was just like, God, I just put my body through so much just to like give this money to the IRS and like a Capital One credit card. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was just like, fuck, that was so much money. Like, that was so much of my body and my mind to pay back bills. And it was just like, it's like been a very emotional process.
Well, so are you feeling more emotionally like yourself? Like, since...
A little bit, but because I'm like going through like some stuff in my personal life, like I'm pretty fucked up. Mm-hmm. And, it's like they say, time is the greatest healer of it all. But, when you're going through it, dude.
Yeah, you're like, time, ugh.
It's like one fucking minute. Like, every minute is so slow. And I like decided, I like got off Instagram. My Instagram's still there. I'll be back on it eventually. I have to be, but I just gave my friends my password, and I was like, I cannot be on social media right now.
That's good. Sometimes taking a break is good.
Yeah, it is. And I just like, I already know, like I already have, you know, I was going through this process where I was so emotional and everything really hurt, like emotionally, physically. And then I'm like on Instagram and I'm getting just like so many comments from people on my content being like, you stupid, ugly, unfunny bitch. And it was really painful. Like it was like, you know, and I always get those comments, but when you're like really on the verge of just like wanting to die and then you're getting all of this negative feedback, you're just like, fuck you. Like this is, what the fuck is this? You know?
Right.
It was not fun. It was not good. And I was just like, I gotta get the fuck off of this.
Well, how long are you going to go off of it for, do you think?
I don't know. I'm going to definitely give myself a month. I'm going to check back in with myself in about a month and see where I'm at.
Yeah.
I just like when I'm in the headspace that I'm in, I'm like, I don't want to be like oversharing online right now because I have a tendency to do that. I like don't want to be posting for attention. Like I just need to like kind of reclaim some space.
That's smart.
Yeah, because it's too.
Because I feel like a lot of people wouldn't do that.
I mean, and I haven't done it before, you know, like I've been through what I've been through before, like, and been online, and it makes everything more painful. And I'm just like, I don't want to.
Because you're like, here's a selfie of me, live, laugh, loving.
Yeah.
It's also like, but I don't feel like that right now.
I don't feel like that. I don't want any like feedback from people. You know what I mean? Like, I need to
You don't want someone to kick you while you're down.
No, and I also don't want validation. You know, I don't want like validation from internet strangers, which is kind. Like it is really kind, but like I just like need to be kind of removed from.
I get that.
And that's like the difficult thing too about doing what we do when you're really going through a difficult time is like you still have to show up, you know, like.
You still have to show up. You still have to go on stage.
I was in fucking New York and Las Vegas over the weekend while I'm going through like this really heavy thing. And I was just like, how am I gonna, you know, I'm like sobbing on the plane. I'm sobbing in my hotel rooms. I'm getting no sleep. And then you have to get on stage and be like, all right, time to show me old razzle dazzle.
Yeah, I know.
And it was,
I know.
it's horrible.
I know.
And at the same time, it's like, you can't not show up.
But it's also it's also crazy to be like allowing people, giving people the opportunity to laugh, but also being like sad inside.
Yeah.
It's a weird juxtaposition.
You're
like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah.
It feels like it's like almost like an out of body experience.
It is.
Because you're like, I know what to say to make these people laugh because it's been written. Mm-hmm. All of the stuff is ready to go. Mm-hmm. But it's weird to make them emote in that way when I'm feeling so internally and sad.
Right. And it's like in those moments, I was like, do I talk about what I'm going through right now and be honest or no? And it was like, I ultimately decided not to because I was like, whatever I'm going through right now is like far too fresh to talk about on stage. And I like don't feel like letting anybody in on that right now.
Yeah. I mean, you can always let people in if you feel like you want to.
Eventually. You know, I feel like when you're operating out of sadness, it can be like entertaining, can be really difficult. Once I get to like the real like anger stage of it, things will be a lot easier.
Yeah, when you get a little more angry.
When I'm a little bit more angry and I have like more edge, but right now I'm just like
you're feeling the feelings, but which is good.
Yeah.
And you're not like stuffing them down. You're just doing it.
Yeah.
You're raw dogging them.
It is, and you know, and like sobriety right now is intense. Like I don't want to show up. You know, I don't.
Of course.
Like there have been so many moments in the past like couple of weeks where I've been like, I'm gonna fucking do like I need to get fucked up. Not even like drink. I'm like I need Molly. I need Coke. I need to smoke. I don't even like weed. I'm like I need to smoke weed. I need to.
Right.
But it's just like anything to like escape the way that I'm feeling. But I can't. I'm not going to. But it's just like that has just been so loud.
Right.
And I ultimately know like if I did that, then what? Like, then what? Then I just like push like the healing process off even more.
Yeah.
So.
Which is also so. Because then it's like, then you do it, then you feel shame for doing it. And then it's like that whole thing of like play the tape of everything that happens. And it's like not worth it.
It's not worth it. And it's just like, I will say like the most difficult thing is like sitting in pain. Yeah, pain and discomfort. It's like so fucking hard. And it's like, you know, that's just the thing is, it's just to like be present. You just have to like be present. And
my therapist is always like, okay, if you sit through the painful times, then you know that you can get through the painful times. Then you can look back and say, okay, I was able to get through this really painful time.
Yeah.
So I know I can do it.
And it's like, you know, and when you go through like so much pain and discomfort, eventually, you know, like there will be a lesson in there somewhere, in here somewhere, you know, and I'm like, how can I avoid making the same mistakes again? Like, how can I avoid what I'm going through? Like, I feel like I'm too fucking old right now to be like dealing with what I'm dealing with. I'm like, I've been through this too many times. Like, I should be better at discerning these kinds of situations.
I make the same mistakes a lot.
It's so hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's like, because sometimes you don't even think that it's a mistake.
Right. You don't. And, you know, like, dude, being alive is just like, people are so fucking complex. We say one thing, we do another, you know, like we are not, it's been hard for me recently it's been hard for me to figure out like, what is the truth? You know, I'm like, when do you take people for their word? I
feel like until they disappoint you.
Right. There's like so much self-reflection I have to do on these next few fucking whatever for however long it takes.
Self-reflection.
Yeah.
But there's some people that never do self-reflection and you can tell.
Yeah. It's true.
You're like, can you look inward, please? You're freaking me out.
Yeah, and those are like really painful people to be around.
Yeah, people who have never looked internally.
Yeah, it's really...
And they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. There's so many more of them than there are not, you know? And that was like the other thing of like getting offline. I'm like, this is a place for like fucking bottom feeders, dude. I do not have... Like, I get addicted to social media, and then I get addicted to reading comments, and then I get addicted to, like, the dopamine hit. And
the
there's
feedback loop.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's just so many people online who are also just, like, so fucking unself-aware, who are just, like, throwing daggers at people because they're in pain. And I'm like, I don't fucking have
there's
the
a lot of
capacity.
men throwing daggers on the internet.
A lot of men throwing daggers on the internet.
A lot of men in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
Or in their mom's basements.
Yeah.
Is it their mom's basements? Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm like a boy going through puberty suddenly.
How does it feel?
Feels good to finally be a man.
Mm-hmm.
You got some of your tooth gems off.
I did. I got a lot of them off. I would have gotten all of them off, but it was so expensive. It was like $100 a tooth. So I was like...
It was $100 a tooth?
It was really expensive. So I was like, just leave a couple on. Let's just get off the fucking front teeth.
What happened? You had enough?
I had enough. I'm really like kind of in a state of like, hey, let's just like dial everything back. Which is nice because usually when I'm like in this kind of an emotional state, the first thing I want to do is like get something, you know, I'm like, I need to get a tattoo.
I need to add something.
Yeah, I got to fucking do something drastic. And this, like, for what I'm going through right now, I'm like, let's just like kind of just chill.
Let's chill.
I went and got my lips dissolved some more. And
you did?
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel?
Horrible.
It did?
Yeah, it's horrible. It's all horrible.
Well, but it's all horrible right now, but that's going to change.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and that's the thing is like, I just can't fucking wait for it to not feel so bad anymore.
Well, you're still showing up. Like, you didn't have to show up today.
You know, and I thought about that because I was like, I'm going to be, when you asked me to do it, I was like, I'm in such a bad space right now. And I like felt even bad. I was like, well, should I tell her? And then I was like, well, you know, if I don't though, what am I going to do with my time?
Right.
I'm like, I woke up this morning, went to an AA meeting. I'm like,
that's good.
It's all I can do, you know, but I'm like, I have a show tonight. I'm not fucking showing up, bitch.
You're not?
No, it's like 10 p.m. at Third Wheel. I'm like, no, sorry. Like, I can't, I'm not doing anything right now for like less than $100. You know what I mean? If
I know. Sometimes that's sad that you even have to say that out loud. Though.
Right?
Like, you're like, I'm not doing it for
$100.
I'm not doing it for less than 100.
Right. I'm just like, yeah, they're like 10 p.m., $20. I was like, no.
The last time I did a spot, I'm not going to say the name of the club. I'll tell you when the camera's off. Guess how much they gave me?
$20?
10.
10
They
bucks.
said, come sign for your money. And then I
10
signed. I
bucks.
was like, just spit in my face instead. It would be.
It really is like that.
It would be honestly so much better.
Yeah. That's honestly like that. I put a thing on Instagram. I was like, if you want to fucking book me, you can email me. But I'm like, that'll weed out right now too, like all of the little shows that I don't want to fucking do.
Oh yeah, sometimes self-care is not doing shows.
Sometimes it really is.
Sometimes you have to be like, I am not going to be a tap dancing rat tonight for $5.
Right, because we do, you know, like there's like two sides of this, you know, in comedy. It's like you either keep showing up and you do your shit or you take care. And it's like, I'm trying to find right now the balance of like, when do I need to show up and when can I not? You know what I mean? Like, when is it more important for me to like stay home and get sleep and like do my fucking own little self-care? And when is it important for me to like get on stage? And I'm like, I can say with like full certainty right now, me being on stage is not a good thing.
Well, that's good. It's good to know that.
Yeah.
Sometimes like you need to just take like a week or 2 weeks and just like stop.
Right. That's exactly.
And like check in with yourself.
Yeah. The last few shows I've done, I like started like crying on stage, and I was like,
on stage?
Yeah, I was like, girl, you can't do this. You can't be crying on stage.
Well, yeah, you just need a minute.
Yeah.
You just needed to stop for a second.
Yeah.
Feel the feelings and then come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if it's like a big enough show, then you'll do it.
Right. Exactly. If it's a big enough show that pays enough, I will.
You can turn it on.
But I'm
sweetie.
not doing it for a $20 10 p.m. show with 6 people in the audience.
No, it's so dark. You shouldn't. And you shouldn't. So dark. You know what I mean?
It's fucking, yeah.
It's so dark.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Like before the pandemic, I would say yes to all kinds of shit. Now I'm just like, you want to pay me $10 to leave my house at 11:30 at night,
Right.
to do 8 minutes of comedy,
Right. Shit in my mouth.
like,
Just shit in my mouth. Like, that's what you're doing. You know what I mean?
You're like, I've been writing these jokes for years.
I know. It's so
And
degrading.
you want me to just come tell them all casually for $10 and some pizza?
Yeah, right. It's
Everyone's striking but comedians.
Isn't that funny? I ran into a fellow comedian today, actually, and she's an actress, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I mean, everything's done. I'm just going back to doing stand up for now because that's like the only thing I can do." You know, like we can't. What
Not
else?
stand up being the last resort. All of the writers are coming, all the actresses are like,
Yeah,
I guess I could.
Get on back. That's exactly what she was saying. She's like, I guess I gotta go fucking do an hour now. And I was like, God damn, dude.
Polish off a tight 5.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the only thing there is right now.
That's so dark.
It's a dark time. It's a dark time for the entertainment industry.
It's a bunch of sad clowns just walking around,
Just sad clowns.
talking to themselves.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly.
it's okay. It's just temporary. Just like.
That's it, right? God, that's like that's the mantra. And then it's like, I guess, you know, at the end of the day, life is temporary. So yeah, you know what? It's all fucking temporary.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta tell yourself little slogans to be okay.
God damn, dude. That's really it.
Yeah.
Little stupid. I know when I get really sad, I like start reading all these. I start looking up quotes. I'm like, I look at like Maya Angelou.
Oh, she knew a thing or two.
That bitch knew a thing or two.
Or 20.
Yeah, she knew at least 20 things.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She was sharp. Sharp as a tack, Maya Angelou.
Sharp as a tack. Yeah, dude. Just fucking. What a career to be a fucking clown in.
To be a clown during a strike. You're like, there's always like this like thing in the back of my head being like, well, I could sell something. Now that's gone because everything's just shut the fuck down.
Yeah. What are you supposed to sell?
I don't know.
Yeah.
My soul?
Yeah. You sell your eggs.
No. You selling your eggs really made me question if I even want to freeze them.
Yeah. Yeah. You'd have to do the same process.
Dude, that shit's gnarly.
It's really gnarly.
Shooting yourself up?
Yeah. 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 Shooting yourself up. Horrible.
On the road? You were on the road?
I was on the fucking road.
Being in a hotel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shooting yourself up with hormones?
That's horrible.
I'd buy myself a few dresses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you deserve them. Get yourself a dress, sweetie.
I might get myself. I'm like, I can't even think. Usually, too, I'm like, I would go on a shopping spree. Like, but right now, I'm like, I don't fucking know what I even want. Like, I don't feel confident. I don't feel confident at all right now. Like,
but don't you think that'll change?
I'm sure it will. Eventually.
There's days where I feel like a fucking disgusting little pig, and then days where I feel great.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in the middle.
Yeah, there is nothing in the. I mean, I cut all my fucking. I'm like not happy aesthetically. I'd like cut my hair off because it was so fucked up, and I'm just like I don't like having short hair. I don't like the way anything looks. And
But your hair will grow.
The hair will grow. If I don't die before,
You're not gonna die. You're not gonna die. It's okay. You're showing up. You're showing people that you can still show up even if you're sad.
Yeah, which
is a good lesson.
Do we think that's a good thing to do?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
We think it's sometimes you just gotta fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some days you show up and you just say, I don't know.
I know. It's so funny. I feel like the last few times I've done your podcast, I've really been on my fucking sad girl shit. But right now I'm like, really on my sad girl shit.
I knew you were on your sad girl shit the second I saw you.
Oh, yeah, dude.
I was like, she's on her sad girl shit for sure.
She's on her saddest girl shit. Arguably the hardest month of my life.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh, you're going to have so many good jokes, though, in like 6 months.
I fucking better. I fucking better.
You will.
Oh, God.
A fire 10.
Better have a fucking fire 10 because I'm sick of my fucking fire 15 right now.
When you're sick, oh my God, the worst is when you're sick of your material and you're sad.
Isn't it?
That's like the double.
How are you on your material right now? Are you happy? Are you over it?
Am I ever happy? No.
That's a good question.
I wrote a new bit. I like it, sort of.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Whenever I think of a new bit, I'm like, when will I think of the next new bit?
Right.
And then if I try to think of a new bit and I spend too much time in my head thinking of a new bit, then I feel like it drives away all the new bits.
Oh my God, I hate this.
Right?
I hate it so much.
But then sometimes I'll just be driving and a new bit will just land in my mind.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you?
Yeah, it does. It does. The worst is when you think you come up with a really good one, you do it and it bombs and you're like,
And you're like,
well, can I even trust myself?
And you're like, no, these people just don't know.
They don't get it.
Wait till I polish this up. That's what I tell myself. Wait till I polish this up.
Yeah.
But the worst is when you keep trying and you say it different ways and you like move it in the order and it's still not working and you're like, but you guys, it's a funny premise.
You have to get it.
Yeah. How could you not?
How could you not?
The worst for me is when I was like talking about going to the loony bin and it wasn't hitting, and I'm like, now I'm just telling you guys I'm all mentally ill and no one's laughing, and this is
so
like,
vulnerable.
It's so vulnerable and embarrassing.
It is. It's degrading.
I was like, yeah, locked up in the loony bin, everyone just staring at me. I'm like,
so
anyways,
bad.
What's going on with you guys?
Yeah, right.
You guys are all stable and fine? Like, that whole thing.
Yeah, it's so true. You like talk about, it's, you know, if you like talk about like sexual assault or something and people just stay straight faced and you're like, okay, well,
like,
was that not, well, you didn't like that?
Yeah. What do you like?
Oh, what do you like? Yeah.
You want me to talk to you about macaroni salad? Like, what are we doing here?
Go watch Seinfeld, you fuck.
Yeah. There's just like some days when you're like, why did I choose this?
Right.
But then there's other moments where you like have a great set and you're like, everything's wonderful.
Yeah. Which is dangerous too. It's dangerous to like have that.
Hinge your happiness on your onstage performance.
Yeah. I'm really trying to like live more in a state of like neutrality where it's like nothing is like either like is neither good nor bad. It's just like, okay, that happened. Okay, that happened. Something good happens. Okay, it happened. Something
On
bad.
to the next.
Right.
Like even if you have a good set, you still have to do it again.
Yeah.
That's not your last one. So.
Yeah.
And even if you have a bad one, it's not your last one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like that with anything, you know? Like, if it's a bad day, okay. If it's a good day, okay.
But do you think, like, secretaries show up to work? Are people still secretaries?
I don't know.
It feels like genderist.
Are we
like,
going to have any jobs in a couple of years, or is AI just...
I don't know.
You know
we
what?
can't worry about AI today.
No, you know what?
You know what?
And to stay present.
Not the day
Yeah.
we're worrying about AI, Gabby.
That's so true.
Have you seen Barbie?
No, I was going to go see it today. Have you seen it?
No, I want to.
I really want to see it.
I want to see it too.
Fuck.
I want to dress up. I feel like, is that bad?
No, I feel like a lot of people do it.
36 years old dressing up to see Barbie. Why am I alone?
Dude,
I don't know.
I went to see Little Mermaid, you know, a little
You
while ago, and
did?
everybody was dressed up for it, and I was like,
And like what?
I
Like
don't-
shell bras?
like shimmery, like purple tops and
I
green skirts, and
know.
I was like, can we get a grip?
No, not
Right.
cosplay as an adult.
I
As a
know.
40-year-old cosplaying
I
at
know.
Barbie.
But I have seen that, you know, everybody is
I've
dressing
seen
up.
it, but it also feels kind of late in the trend.
Yeah,
It's like it's already happened.
it's already happening. You can do that on day one.
Yeah, you can't be 25 days late to the Barbie premiere and then in a monochromatic outfit. Okay, we get it. We all have pink in our on our shelves.
Oh, get it. I know. That's so funny. So do you
but
think you're
they're-
going to do it?
No,
You're not going to dress up?
I don't think I'm gonna dress up.
I really want to see it. You going to dress up for Oppenheimer?
No, you know how. Just a sad 36-year-old lady sitting in the back of Barbie alone.
In just like a bright pink dress. Yeah.
Everything's fine.
That is so mentally ill. That is so mentally ill.
So mentally ill.
Can you imagine?
Just showing up with my Barbies.
Can you know that there are bitches
No.
out there doing that?
Bringing your Barbies
You
as a
know.
40-year-old to
You
see
know.
Barbie.
100%. That's like so. It's like it's very Disney adult.
And it's like, who are you here with? Myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you follow Trisha Paytas?
No.
She's like always doing that kind of shit where she goes all out. That's kind of her shtick, but
Did she go to the Barbie premiere?
absolutely. She
Alone?
named no. Do you know who she is? Doesn't matter. She named her daughter. She has like a brand new daughter. She named her Malibu Barbie.
That's her baby's name.
Her baby's name is Malibu Barbie.
For real?
Yeah, for real. It's kind of cute actually. But that's
Malibu Barbie.
Malibu Barbie.
That's your child's
Your
name.
child's name. But she does a lot of that like adult cosplay kind of shit.
Wait,
Yeah. It's like her thing.
Malibu Barbie's graduating from preschool.
Yeah.
Malibu Barbie's
Running for president. You can't run for president with a name like that.
Malibu Barbie. What's her last name?
I don't know. I don't know her husband's
It's
last
too
name.
much.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's very wordy to name your child Malibu Barbie, right?
I do think it is a cute name, but it is very like, wow, okay, that's a fucking choice, dude.
That's a choice.
That's a damn choice.
Dude, what if you name your kid Malibu Barbie and she's like the exact opposite of Malibu Barbie?
Yeah, right.
She's like scratching
She
her crotch,
becomes like a
burping.
trans. Yeah, she's like she
Yeah.
turns a new trans man. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
Just the just complete fucking opposite.
Yeah, because God's a comedian, and that's definitely what's gonna happen.
God, you can say that again.
God's a comedian.
God is a fucking comedian.
Dude, Malibu Barbie's gonna be playing rugby.
Yeah, she is.
That's-
he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. yeah, they are.
Yes, they are, dude. God is a fucking comedian. It is what is it?
What is life?
What is life? How's yours?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
My life is pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, like right now it's good.
Fuck it up.
Today, right now I'm checking in and things are pretty good.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, who's to say?
Who's to say?
You know,
But you're in therapy.
I'm in therapy.
Do you do talk therapy or do you do like a cool kind of therapy?
like what?
I don't, like they have like EMDR and shit.
Oh, I haven't done EMDR.
So you're just in regular talk
I'm
therapy?
in regular talk therapy.
I just got-
Cognitive therapy, yeah.
What's okay? Is there a difference between?
I don't know. We just talk everything out.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in that. I'm on Prozac.
You like Prozac?
Yeah.
I'm gonna I'm gonna
Big fan.
give it
Make me the face of Prozac.
really. I'm gonna give it a few more weeks, see how I feel, and then if I'm like really in this, I'm gonna get back on antidepressants.
Yeah, sometimes you need it to get over the hump.
Yeah, I might. I'm gonna see because immediately I was like, I need Xanax, but I'm like, maybe I shouldn't get a Xanax prescription.
No, Xanax is slippery slope.
Yeah, I might go a little crazy.
Xanax is like you're checking out then.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that, but yeah, I'm gonna see how I feel a couple weeks. I might dabble
But maybe
back
like
in
maybe an SSRI.
Yeah.
I'm no doctor, but maybe an SSRI is exactly what you need.
Yeah, I might be.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's-
Prozac.
Really?
That's how I feel about Prozac.
Were you ever on Lexapro?
No.
That's what I was on. It was fine, whatever. Getting off of it was a nightmare.
Yeah, I've just only been on Prozac. But like I'm into all kinds of self-care stuff. Like I've never done EDMR. Was that what it is?
EMDR.
I'm mixing up the letters, all dyslexic.
Who gives a fuck?
I'm like, yeah, I've never done QRSTP.
I don't even know what it stands for. Who even knows? I just know that like there's cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yes, there's that. And then there's like this other type of therapy that I have a few friends that are doing called inner family something.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Talk therapy, like I stepped out of it for a little while because I was getting so much out of 12-step. I still am. But like now that I'm going through whatever I'm going through, I'm like, I should probably get back into therapy. But I do get a little tired of just like talking things through, you know, like I like talking things through is really good, but I'm like, I need to also get to a point of like how to get to solution rather than just like spinning my wheels.
Yes. Like I've done Al-Anon meetings, and when I go to the Al-Anon meetings, I feel like I get like the tools to, they give you kind of tools to figure everything out.
Yeah. I was going to go to one this weekend.
An Al-Anon meeting?
Yeah.
Al-Anon's good.
Yeah, so I've heard there's Al-Anon and ACA, Adult Children of
Alcoholics. Yeah,
might dabble in that now that I've got sobriety under my fucking wheel.
Yeah,
in my wheelhouse. Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, all of the things, I guess. Right?
Yeah,
Just
all
like
of the
alternate
things.
Between all the different self-care.
Right. You
like
always
take a bath, do a 12-step.
Right. And it's that thing that we know, eye movement, desensitization, and reprocessing. Okay, this is interesting. Interesting. Yeah, see, that's the kind of shit I want. I need something that's like hands-on.
Or there's also like somatic healing, which is like energy healing.
Right.
You could do like a fucking sound bath. You could do all of the modalities.
Right.
Honey.
I know. That's where I'm at. I'm like, okay, we gotta be...
Eat, pray, love.
Yeah. It's funny.
Go to India, bitch.
Well, girl, because I got that damn money, and I was like, should I take a trip? And then I was like, no, because I know what's going to happen right now if I take a trip somewhere. I'm going to be alone. I'm going to be alone with my thoughts, and I'm going to lose my fucking... Like, I'm not in the headspace right now to be like, you know what?
I'm alone and empowered.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't... Like, my first thought was like, go to Iceland, for a week. And I'm like, no, because I'm going to be...
It's just you in Iceland.
It's just me in Iceland, miserable. So I was like, no, you're not in
like,
this space.
Wherever you go, there you are.
There the fuck you are.
So, but maybe you should go on a vacation a little.
Eventually, when I get to a better spot.
Bali.
Maybe, we'll see. Just right now, I'm like, I need to like hunker down, stay close to AA, stay close to LA.
Stay close to your bed.
Stay close to my bed, but not too close to my bed.
Are you like a person, there's some people who, they make their bed, they get out of their bed, and then they don't revisit their bed.
No, I take a lot of naps.
I'm in and out of the bed. The bed's always on the table.
Always
at my
on
house.
the table. Yeah. But right now with where I'm at, I'm like, I have to be careful with how much time I'm spending like
in the bed.
Yeah. Because if I do, I will end up just like not leaving and being like really heavily
sad.
Yes.
Bed rotting.
We
don't want a bed rot.
No, which is also why I was like, okay, I need to do the podcast today, because I was like, if I wasn't, I was just gonna like be home in bed crying, and I'm like, I can't do that right now. No, it's like,
you can cry, but you don't have to know when to cry and when to pot.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I can cry later tonight.
And it's also good that you showed up, even though it was rough, because like all these people listening, sometimes they don't feel like showing up.
Yeah,
and you just gotta fucking do it, dude.
Yeah, and you do, and shit gets rough, dude. Like life is not all
fun and games.
It's not all fun and games.
No, there's good days, there's bad days.
Yeah.
There's in-between days.
There's in-between days, a lot of in-between days. Life is mostly in-between days, I think. Maybe that's pessimistic, but that's what
That's what you've gathered. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, there are some days when you're like, if you put too much pressure on each day.
Yeah.
Like this is the best day, then the next day can't compete with that day.
That's why I think remaining like in a state of neutrality is probably the best way to operate.
Like even keel balance. Mm-hmm. That's not me. I'm like, yesterday was the best day. Yeah. Tomorrow is going to be the worst day. Like it's like all or nothing thinking.
Yeah.
Instead of just being
just present. And it's like, when you are present, everything is like okay, but it's like also not, I don't know. Like I'm really listening to a lot of that kind of shit of like, if you're present, you'll realize that everything in the moment is okay. But it's like, yes, that's true, but like you're still going through things, you're still experiencing.
Right. Well, also sense. Like when you're going through a rough time, it's harder to be present than really if you're going through like an easier time. It's easier to be present. That's so true. If most of everything's okay with you emotionally, then like living in the now is a lot different. Yeah, it's so true. And like if you're dealing with any type of like emotional pain, grief, loss, suffering, like any of that, being in the now for that seems like it's so slow. It seems so slow. Yeah. Navigating it. Oh my God, it's just fucking hard. Do you write? Yeah. I do. Do you have a journal? I do. And I have to be doing a lot more of it right now. Because I also notice that like when I'm in a good state of mind, I'm not really journaling a lot, Yeah, when I'm happy, I'm not journaling. When I'm happy, I'm not journaling. What does that journal look like? Yeah. It's... Had a great day, ate an ice cream. Yeah. It's like, feeling good. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, that's also all an important reminder that like you need to be doing all of that no matter what all the time. I know. It's true. Because I'm looking back on my journal right now. I was going through it and I'm like, God damn it. There's like a couple of months where I like didn't write anything and I wish I had, because I would have liked to have like, it's always nice to compare like when you're in a good place as opposed to like when you're in a bad place, and just to see that like you can get out of it. Get back into the good place. Yeah, but I didn't like do hardly any journaling when I was feeling good the past few months. So now I'm like, yeah. Was I ever feeling good? Yeah, yeah. Well, when your mood changes or things around you change, it's hard to like. It's like, it feels like you'll never get back to that place again. Yeah. And sometimes, like I'm in a state right now where I'm like, I don't even know if I want to, like I'm like right now I'm like kind of in a place where I'm like, I want to feel bad because I don't want to like get over this, I want to be in a place of like feeling, holding on to. Yeah. That makes sense. And and that kind of keeps you in a little bit more pain, but yeah. Yeah. You ever have that where you're like, I don't want to feel good yet? Yeah, because it keeps you in like a connection with whatever you're feeling. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I've been like that. There's been years of my life like that. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. For sure. You want to stay connected to the pain because it connects you to whatever you're feeling. Mm-hmm. Yeah. God damn it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm so fucking... It's okay. It's Miss Emotional Hour. It's Sad Girl Corner. It's Sad Girl Corner. I know your listeners going to be like, what the fuck? Sad Girl Corner with Sara and Gabby. It's just us sobbing. Talking about being sad and being present. Brought to you by Puffs Kleenex. God. Yeah, right. Catch me getting a Kleenex sponsorship after this episode, sweetie. It's the funniest, like when you're really sad and you're listening to like a self-help podcast and in the middle of it, they take a commercial break and it's like, do you want to try our new fucking pancake mix? And you're like, can we not? MeUndies. And you're like, I don't want to. Like, I'll be in the middle of literally listening to like Eckhart Tolle or, Oprah's Super Soul Sundays. And in the middle, it's just like some horrific ad. No, that's so dark. For boner pills. And you're like, okay. Manscaped. Yeah, exactly. It's like, whenever I read the Manscaped ads, it's like, do you want to make your balls like jingle even more? Stuff like that. And analogies. Can I just gave them a free ad. Yeah, you did.
To jingle even more?
Yeah.
Did you say jingle?
I don't know. Yeah, I think I did. Get your balls jingly. That was a free ad.
God, you're going to sell so many
You're
manscapes
welcome,
after that.
you guys.
Yeah, that was
You're
really
welcome.
good.
People are tuning in. They're feeling, maybe they're feeling sad. Maybe you're a sad girl. Mm-hmm. Buy the man that you don't have some manscapes.
Would you say that your audience is mostly male or female? Do you know?
They're male.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So my little shanksters, little horn dog men's.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so interesting. Mine is like primarily female.
Really?
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
It's funny that men listen to like women podcasts.
Yeah.
Huh. Not mine, dude. Not
It's
mine.
mostly women.
Mostly women. And you know, like on Instagram, you can check like to see the ratio of followers.
Yeah.
Mine is like 93% women.
Mine's the opposite.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's like 90% male.
How did that happen?
From Kill Tony, I think,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
Rogan.
Yeah,
and,
that
like,
makes
doing
sense.
all of those things.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I love my men.
And your men love you.
Shanky
Fuck.
and her men.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
Oh my God. So like, okay, so you're still doing tea time.
Yeah. I took a week off because I was just like, hey guys, I can't show up right now.
It's okay. It's okay to take time off if
Yeah.
you need to.
Yeah.
Like when you're on stage and like on camera a lot, it can be a lot.
Yeah, it can be. Because it is. It's like also, you know, when you're going through it, is that something that you want out publicly, you know, forever?
Well, sometimes you need to process it before you can like go be a person.
Right. Right.
Or go make jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that's okay too. Mm-hmm. Not everything that you experience has to be talked about, which is like,
Right.
which is a weird thing to figure out when you're someone who talks about most of their things.
Right. When your whole thing is to be talking publicly.
Yeah.
So
you're
that's
like,
a big, yeah.
yeah, but that's also kind of like what meetings probably and therapy and shit like that are
Yeah.
for.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Cause I'm like, do I, yeah, I'm like, do I even want to be talking about being sad publicly? I don't know.
But it's okay to talk about being sad publicly.
It is. Yeah, because I think also people need to know that you fucking can be. Yeah.
You can still be sad and it's still showing up,
No.
you know?
Yeah.
But like I remember the first time I went to like a 12-step and I was sharing, I was like, this is weird to be sharing something emotional and not to be like expecting a laugh.
Isn't it weird?
Yeah.
For the first couple of months in AA, that was like all my shares. I was like
You're like
throwing out
"What?"
punchlines. Yeah.
You're like, I'm just wasting this punchline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would like get laughs in AA and I'd write them down. I'd be like, that's good.
Yeah,
I'd be like, this is
yeah.
going to be a good bit.
Yeah.
It's so different now. I'm like, dude, I've been like crying and meeting, like actually sharing, you know?
That's good.
Yeah. It's so, you know, it's like, it is really important to be able to have a community. And I think that's why people get so fucked up is like, we don't know where to go when we feel, you know, certain ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are a lonely species, but we're not supposed, you know, like we are like incredibly lonely, but
We're incredibly lonely, but we're also hyper connected.
we need to be connected. And that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. It's such a weird, I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't know if that makes
It's
sense.
like we're very lonely for how much technology we also have.
Yeah. We need people. We need community. We need honesty. And that's the other thing is like, I don't know. That's why I do love like 12-step programs because it gives you a chance to like to have a community. That's why people love church, you know, because they have a place to go and like be
Right.
together. And it's like the same with comedy. It's like, it's a community. You know, you have a,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, it is.
It's a clown community.
It is a fucking, are you going to go to the comedy store tonight?
I don't know. Are you?
Probably the fuck not.
Probably the fuck not.
Probably actually the last place I want to go feeling the way I'm feeling.
Oh, okay. She's going to be hibernating.
I'm going to be hibernating.
She's in her cave.
Yeah, she is.
She's in her cave and she'll emerge when she feels like it.
She will. Yeah, and then I'll come back in a couple of months and I'll be like, I'm on the other side. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But dude, yeah, going through an egg donation, all of it, it's just like, it's heavy.
The egg donation seemed heavy by itself.
It was. Yeah. All of it was heavy. It's just like.
That's why you deserve a vacation, queen. Take yourself
I will
on a trip.
literally kill myself on vacation right now. That's why I can't do it. I'll relapse and I'll kill myself if I go on vacation.
No, don't go on vacation.
That's
I can't have that. That's blood on my hands.
That's blood on your hands. That's the thing I know. I'm like, if I went on vacation, ain't nothing would stop me from just getting fucked up by myself. So that's why I'm like, hunker down, bitch. Stay close.
No, stay close to the program.
Yeah.
Don't make any sudden moves.
I know.
Go see the Barbie movie.
What are the lessons? What are the lessons in life? You know, what are we supposed to learn on the other side? I don't know.
Well, you'll learn it when you get there.
Guess so, right?
Yep.
A lot of trudging until then.
There is a lot of trudging. Life has trudging sometimes. Sometimes you skip, sometimes you trudge.
I don't know what the fuck you're going to use for clips in this episode because I have been on the verge of tears. I'm so sorry.
No, you've been so good.
I always think about that.
You?
Well, you can't.
Don't worry about the clips.
Where can you find me? You can find me on Instagram. I'm on a hiatus, but it's there. So go. I'll be back. It's just I won't be on it for a little while. Gabby Lambie, and my podcast is Tea Time.
I'll link to it in the description of the episode.
I love that. I'm not making a return to TikTok anytime soon either. So fuck that.
You're not?
I don't know. I'm so fucking over it right now.
TikTok can eat our taint.
You could eat my fucking taint.
TikTok.
But yeah, find me on Instagram. I'll be there. I'll be there eventually. Back to it. But right now, night.
Night.
Yeah.
And that's our episode. We'll see you next week, Shanksters.
Take care of yourselves, you men.
Bye.
Bye.